The phrase emerge at a high frequency has been sitting in my mind like a question I can't quite put down. Because I keep wondering, what does that actually look like in a normal day? And my mind keeps going back to a radio, those old ones where you had to slowly turn the dial to find the station. Static, a bit of music, more static, someone's voice breaking through, static again, and then suddenly, clear as a bell. The music was there the whole time. I just wasn't tuned into it. And I wonder if people are a little like that. Not literally, of course. No hidden dial inside us. Although some days that would make things easier. But I've noticed something. If I wake up in a bad mood, everything seems to lean that way. The coffee's off, people are irritating, small things feel bigger than they are. Did the world actually change overnight? Or did I just land on a different station? And then there are the other mornings. The light comes through the window. I hear birds outside, coffee in hand, and for no particular reason, I think, this is a pretty good morning. And suddenly I notice things I would have missed before. A smile, a song I haven't heard in years, a small moment of beauty tucked into an ordinary day. Same world, different attention. That's where the idea starts to shift for me. Maybe high frequency isn't something complicated or out of reach. Maybe it's just what I'm tuned into. Because if I'm tuned into what's wrong, I'll find more of it. Not because more of it appears, but because that's what I'm listening for. And if I'm tuned into what's good, the hard things don't disappear, but I start noticing more than just the noise. That difference matters. I see it with people too. You walk into a room after an argument and you can feel it before anyone says a word. The air is different, heavy in a way that's hard to explain. And then someone else walks in laughing and the whole room shifts. Not because anything external changed, but because something in the atmosphere did. So I've started asking a quieter question. What do I bring into a room? Not what do I control in others, just what I carry in myself. And that's where emerge starts to make sense. Because it doesn't mean becoming someone new. It's more like the sun coming out from behind a cloud. The sun was always there, it just wasn't visible for a while. Maybe parts of us are like that too. Courage that gets covered by fear. Curiosity buried under worry. Peace sitting underneath all the noise. So maybe emerging at a higher frequency isn't about becoming different. Maybe it's about uncovering what's already there. I like that better because it means I don't have to perform positivity all day. That would be exhausting. I'm going to have hard days. I'm going to get irritated. I'm going to feel overwhelmed sometimes. That's just being human. But I can still notice when I've been sitting in the static too long. Not by pretending everything is fine and not by forcing myself into a fake version of peace just by pausing long enough to ask, is there another way I could see things? That to me is the shift. A small turn of the dial, choosing curiosity over judgment when I can, and looking for possibility when fear gets loud. Remembering I don't always control what happens, but I do have some say in what I keep listening to afterward. So when I hear the phrase now, emerge at a high frequency, I don't think of something distant or mystical. I think of that simple radio dial, and I ask myself quietly, what am I tuned into today? Because maybe the station has been there all along, and maybe I just have to notice it.